Kane Son. Kane Son. That is the name of the union between England and Southern Korea. Heung-min Son and your boy Kane. This is the most lethal and the best duo in Europe right now. Facts, factamundo. The sun still rises in the east. And thy Kane, thy soul I conquered. Thy Kane. Arsenal Football Club. I did think this was going to be a draw. The reason why I thought this was going to be a draw was because of what this was. This is a North London derby. And because this is a North London derby and there's so much at stake and this is such an important game for both sides, I thought Arsenal would raise their game. But a few things, and then I'll obviously get into this in a bit more detail, but just a couple of things and I'll elaborate. First thing is, this is a very, very well-oiled machine that Mourinho has with Tottenham. And they have a very clear plan. They have a very clear plan and a very clear blueprint. And the key thing is the defense and the hard work. Because we look at the Kane, we look at Son, and we're going to delve into Kane and Son and just how lethal both of these guys are, and just look at both of them individually. But Dyer, Alderweireld, Højbjerg, Sissoko, how hard they work, how organized they are, how much they really put in that graft has to be admired. It has to be admired. And then at the same time, you look at Arsenal. Perhaps underestimated just how problematic this team is, because it's been a long time since I've actually seen Arsenal play over 90 minutes. I've only seen clips and highlights. So this is the first time I'm saying, okay, let's look at these guys in detail over 90 minutes. And there are a lot of issues. There are problems with creativity, problems with personnel, problems with your best player and your top goal scorer who is completely and totally ineffective. If you can't provide a platform for your best player to perform well, you're screwed. You are screwed, and I will go into detail into the issues that Arsenal have. But we've got to start with the winners, Tottenham here. This is reminding me of old school Mourinho. This reminds me of first season Chelsea Mourinho, Inter Milan Mourinho, Real Madrid Mourinho, where give me a defense. I can at least at the best, I can perhaps deliver you something. Just give me defense. Give me a thou shalt not pass. Give me a thou shalt not pass. I can give you something. Because Mourinho's main thing above everything, where he starts from, is thou shalt not pass. Give me a thou shalt not pass, and then we can then talk about everything that we need to afterwards. Arsenal could have played for 5-6 hours. They were not gonna. That ball was end that net. That was not coming close to that net. Tottenham could have defended Arsenal for about 7-8 hours. They could have defended Arsenal until the next ice age. Until the next ice age came, until aliens came to say what's up and buy crumpets. These guys could have defended these dudes, because it's like the organization, the positioning, everybody knows what they do, everybody working hard. Just, it's like, no, this is a team. It is a team. So, because when I just look at that, I say, okay, what went wrong at Man United? He still won trophies out there, but what went wrong at Man United? But obviously, I just give Mourinho his players. Give him his players, he can deliver you something, because the notion was always, and this was always the wrong notion which I didn't understand, because people don't understand football. See, people who don't understand football thought that tiki-taka would take over and that would be it. Oh, we've now entered a world of high press, attacking football, and that's it. No. A Simeone tactic can still win. An electric tactic can still win. A Mourinho tactic can still win. It's just that, do you have the right players to do so? And how do you execute it upon in a given match? An attacking team can beat a defensive team. A defensive team can beat an attacking team. So there will never be a case in football where an attacking team will always beat a defensive team. That's never going to happen. So that's the key thing there, guys. We've got to talk about Son. We've got to talk about Son. Dude is arguably tier 1 because his finishing is outstanding. I think because I was watching AFTV and I hope this isn't true. I hope when I play this isn't true, but I was watching AFTV and they said that so they said that Son has 10 Gs. Arsenal have 10 Gs. You hear what I said? Son, one man, one human being, one genome, one individual has 10 Gs. An entire football club institution has 10 Gs this season. That's real. That's real talk. That's real talk. But the guy's finishing is outstanding. That's not an easy finish. You see, it's easy to do that on FIFA. It's easy. Press R1, R2, cool, and the ball curves in. So it's easier to do that on FIFA. In the real world, to execute that in a game like this, that's very difficult. To execute to such perfection that Son did. And the way this guy is playing this season, it is to a point where if Son just finds himself in that pocket, more likely than not, he's going to deliver. And the key thing about it is that it's clinical. Because what Mourinho obviously is telling his team, specifically Son, is we're on a defensive type 10. So I'm not here for 5, 6, 7, 8 chances. You may have 2 or 3. You've got to make at least one of those count. And someone's like, all right, bet. Oh yeah, make it and go. Just give me 1 or 2 of these chances, I'm going to score. So the clinical nature of what Son is doing is why I say I've got to give that guy that dub. Let's talk about your boy Kane. Let's talk about your boy Kane. That was a big time finish. Because that's it. Because for me, I thought that he had hit the ball, but the fact that it was left foot, weaker foot, roof of the net, clipped the bar, and just did a ricochet up and down, I was like, damn it. You know, and it's not only because remember, it is Kane's overall play as well, and that is what makes these two of these guys so much money, because Kane is not only giving you G's, he's giving you playmaking as well, he's giving you passing as well. And as I said again, I'm an eye test merchant. I don't care about stats. This is by far Kane's best season. And that's just from me watching the games. You know, if you just show me a bunch of goals, I'm like, okay, this is all cool. With these tap-ins, with these penalties, who created these goals? There are things in football that you don't see. A lot of what makes Harry Kane so good this season is not what he sees. It's not his assists. It's not his goals. It is what he does when he has the ball, his overall play, how he gets Tottenham going into transition. Because whenever Tottenham can't attack, they go through him. And whenever they go through him, it is his decision-making, his distribution of the ball, the passes that he picks, and the passes that he executes, which sets Tottenham on their very dangerous counter. But the combination between both of these guys is money. This is a partnership. And it is a very interesting partnership. And that is what makes a partnership so beautiful. Is you need two guys who have totally different characteristics, because Son is more mobile, he's quicker, and he's more fluid on the ball. Harry Kane is much more static, stronger, but has got very good passing and very good, and he's much more creative, and he can really see and play make. That is a great complementary both of each other. But the fact that they've gone this long and they've been able to combine like this is money. But the question I have, this is the question I have for Tottenham guys, is can they sustain it? That's the first thing. The second thing is that if Son goes down or Kane goes down, can Emora, Lo Celso, Lamela, Bergwijn, can they come in and still say what's up? Because to win a league, you have to have a supporting cast. You have to have other guys that can say what's up. You have to have other guys that can G up. You can't just literally rely on 2 guys to take you through a 38-game season. There's got to be a supporting cast. So for Tottenham, this is a team. This is a team because they're not flashy. They don't play the kind of football that Man City played for 100 points. They don't play the kind of football that Liverpool played in the 17-18 season. But what they are efficient. Because Mourinho has honed in on them that, guys, we're here to win. We're not here to look cool. We're not here to look sassy. We're not here to do the Macarena. We're here to take that dub. I don't think they're going to win the league. I'll keep saying it. I don't think they're going to win the league. Because I just think that they'll fall short. My eye right now is on Liverpool and Chelsea. My eyes are on Liverpool first and Chelsea, and we can't rule out Man City. United, those points are fake. Those are not real. But look, man, they're going for it. But because it's a long season. Because will Tottenham beat the mid-table teams? When Tottenham now go through a bad patch, do they know how to recover? How tough is their mental strength? A league season is a longer story with many twists and turns, ebbs and flows, and it's a large tale. It isn't a short story. It's not a novella. It's a novel. And when you read a novel, it's not a straight line. It's up, down, sideways, down, up, down. So I want to know when this team now because they will go through difficult patches. Do they have the mental strength to recover during those difficult patches? Because Mourinho is going for the impossible. Can he deliver a league title to Tottenham? A team that people for years have said, nah, they're perennial losers. They're bottlers. They're bottle jobs. And once that has been so embedded into the tapestry of your club, it's very difficult to shake that. To shake that label of you are bottlers. So if Mourinho does this, I don't even want to say what I'm going to say. But if Mourinho does this, Arsenal, where do we start? Where do we start with Arsenal? As I'm watching this team, you can see the contrast. You see, when you're attacking, there are two main elements that you need. And this is key. You need a finisher and you need a creator. You need those who pass the ball and those who can finish with the ball. That is what you see from Son and Kane. Kane passes, Son finishes. That's what they have. And even a Bergvijn or so forth, or even a Lo Celso, they're also guys who know how to pass the ball, but pass the ball intelligently with the mentality of we're trying to go forward. I'm looking at Arsenal. Nobody can pass the ball. Nobody can pass the ball. And when I say pass the ball, anybody with half a brain can pass the ball sideways. Anybody can play a very basic forward pass with a guy a few years ahead of you. But passing the ball intelligently, similar to what Kane did for Son's first goal. Because Kane, he held. He made the right pass and the right critical pass that really that gave Son the best opportunity and best platform to put himself in the best possible position to really deliver against Arsenal. For Arsenal, there is nobody who can carry the ball and pass the ball in a critical, intelligent way to cause Tottenham issues. The passes are all basic. These are basic tiddlywinks passes. So, is it right to criticize Aubameyang when nobody is giving the ball to him? Lord Son, and Son is that dude. And sometimes Son can create from himself. A lot of Son's goals have come from passes from Kane. A lot of his goals have come from intelligent key passes from Kane. And Aubameyang is playing a similar position because Aubameyang is out wide. So if Arsenal have a counter or a transition play, Aubameyang is looking for, can I get a through ball? Can I get a good pass? Because you have to know what players you have. Aubameyang isn't a Lewandowski or a Cannibal Suarez or an Aguero who, given the ball, he can weave through 3, 4, 5 guys and put the ball in the roof of the net. He's not that kind of guy. There are very few guys who can make the goal themselves. A lot of guys, finishers, they are reliant on other people. So look at Arsenal, I'm like, the connection between midfield and attack is non-existent. Arsenal could have been playing for 3,000 years they wouldn't have scored. There was the only difficult save Lloris had to make over 93 minutes was a header from Lacazette where he just had to split. That was it. That was the most difficult thing Lloris had to do for 93, 94 minutes. And I'm looking at this Arsenal team. I'm looking at the body language. I'm looking at the lack of belief here. And I'm like, this is serious. This is serious because the score said 2-0. That's what the score said. It felt like 5-0. And I think you know what I mean when I said that. It was 2-0. It felt like, when you watch it, it felt like 5-0. Because that was a very easy game for Tottenham. Because Mourinho executed his plan with extreme ease. As in, Arsenal didn't trouble Tottenham at all. You know, the ease with which Tottenham were able to defend them, how easy they were able to, because it was the perfect Mourinho game. We'll defend. We're always looking for that counter. Defend. Once we have that counter, boom. So we're looking for that key pass that sets us off, because we know that with Son and Kane, we've got expert finishers. So I'm looking at this Arsenal team, and you say to yourselves that, and you have to bring this up. You have to bring this up. Ozil can't help this team. Is that what we're now saying? Ozil can't help this team. A guy who all he does is pass. That is his. You have to have guys who, a team is made up of many different people. And in a team, you should have as many specialists as possible. Because what you do is that you marry the specialists with the guys like a Partey, a Kanse, a Højbjerg, a Casemiro. Guys who can do multiple things, a Busquets, stoppers. Arsenal are missing a guy who can create. Lacazette is useless. He's useless. Willian, I'm sorry. I hold my hands up. I thought Willian was a pretty good buy. I thought Willian was a pretty good buy. I think, now I'm not sure, I think he got finessed by Chelsea. I'm sorry. I hold my hands up. Both. I think he got finessed. Because I think Willian is just getting a wage. Pretty good wage. I think Willian is just getting a wage. Because Willian is not doing anything. I don't think he has. What has Willian actually done since he has joined Arsenal? How much is Arteta at fault here? You are the manager. You are the manager and you are the leader of men here. Because the first thing, before we get to Arteta, we cannot look past the Ozil thing is a flipping demon in a room. We can't ignore it. It's a flaming demon in the room. We can't ignore it. So, from Arteta's point of view, I'm sorry, I'm going to look at you. Unless you come out and say, my hands are tied, I want to pick Ozil, I can't pick Ozil. Arteta, I'm blaming you as well. Because I believe this is a club decision. Because Arteta, if you're telling me that Mesut Ozil isn't good enough to be part of your 25-man squad, you're a liar. You are a stone-faced liar. That Mesut Ozil isn't good enough to be in a 25-man squad. That's in that game where you need to chase a guy who can pass the ball. You can call Ozil lazy. Call Ozil a luxury player. You can say everything you want about Ozil. One thing you can't say about him is that guy has amazing vision and is a great passer of the ball. Is an intelligent passer of the ball. And when you're desperate, you're desperate. So I'm not saying that Ozil would change that game. Ozil, I don't believe Ozil would have made Arsenal win the game. No, he would have helped. He would have helped. Because there was nobody on that team who was doing anything. The team looks garbage. And I'm looking at Aubameyang's body language, And I'm looking at a dude that is like, I know I signed the thing and everything, man. But my God, my Lord. Because as I'm watching this, how much blame can you give Aubameyang? Because the formation that you've given, the status that you've given, means that you need a delivery route to Aubameyang. And not just a delivery route. I'm not saying just pass the ball to his feet. You need to pass the ball to a situation where he can cause the most damage for the opposition. Nobody's doing that. Because there isn't a aggressive, imaginative, creative passer in this team. The chasm between Arsenal and Tottenham is vast as of right now. Because my fear is this. Ever since Wenger left, it's been a steady decline of Arsenal. A very steady decline of Arsenal because Emery took them to the Europa League final. Boom. They lost that and it all went through. Then Arteta, FA Cup and so forth. So, and now we're now seeing this. I don't want to bring this up, guys. But I'm actually scared of actually bringing this up. But we need a visual image to help us here. Tottenham top with 24 points, but obviously it started at the top because Liverpool obviously are playing. But Tottenham 24 points, 7 wins, 3 draws, 1 L. Arsenal are 15th. The 15th. What was that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7 points from the relegation zone. 11 games played. It's not great. It's not great. Something scarred me because I put out there, I'll just put out a tweet, to guys here, to A1 and Jonas, Phil Bergman, Arsenal fans. And Jonas said that as long as we don't get relegated, I'm good. Did you hear what I just said? Jonas Philbeck says, as long as we don't get relegated, I'm good. That is where Arsenal are right now. Where guys are saying, please let's just not get relegated. Because I don't know how the club would recover if they got relegated. And for me, guys, let's get that crap out of our head right now. Arsenal are not going to get relegated, okay? But the danger is finishing 10th or 12th ain't great either. That ain't great. But I want to just circle back at Tottenham again, man, because Tottenham are the victors, man. I don't know. You see, for me, you can't be reactionary. As I said again, this is a season. Kane is going to get injured or suspended or COVID. Same thing with Son. So my thing is Lucas Moura, because that is what is going to be what will determine if Tottenham can win this league is very simple, guys. It's very simple. Can the supporting cast say what's up? If they can't, Tottenham are not winning the league. Bergwijn, Lamela, Lo Celso, Lucas Moura. Can these guys step up and get a G? Because they're going to be games that Kane and Son are playing. They're not playing well. They're going to draw blanks. So Mourinho is like, who's going to step up? Set piece, Alderweireld, can he step up? Dyer, can he step up? If these guys can step up, there's a reality because it is very clear what Mourinho wants to do and his plan for winning the league this season. We don't concede, we score. We get that goal, we defend. If need be, we counter and we get another goal. That is his strategy. It's old school Mourinho. We build from the back. And this is just comes from the documentary All or Nothing. Every player should take pride in the clean sheets. And that is what, do you know what Mourinho would say after this? He's like, forget 2-0, clean sheets. Everyone celebrates, we kept it. And that was a team effort. How many clearances did Kane make? How many clearances did Harry Kane make in defense? Because Mourinho said, no, this is a team. We attack as a team, we defend as a team. The clean sheet is not a defensive performance. It is a team performance. And I think everybody is truly buying into this. Mourinho is trying to do the impossible. Because this is why I will always respect Uncle Mo. Because Uncle Mo is a dud merchant. He's a degree of difficulty merchant. He's a degree of difficulty merchant. This is why I idolize this man. This is why this guy's my dude. FC Porto. Give them a CL. Nobody even knew. Inside, no one sniffed a CL final. He said, I'm gonna give you that dub. I'm gonna give you the dub. Treble. Chelsea. He built Chelsea. Mourinho set the foundation for what's happening right now. That's why it's called Uncle Mo. That's why I call him Uncle Mo. I don't call him. Do you think I'd call a guy uncle if he didn't do something? I'm Nigerian. When we call a guy uncle, it's a term of endearment. It's a term of respect. When I call him uncle, he's Uncle Mo. Because he's that dude. He's dud. Degree of difficulty. Because if Mourinho wins the league with Tottenham, if he goes to... It wasn't Man City. It wasn't Juventus or PSG. It was the team that everybody insulted, and I don't want to hear anything about money spent. I don't want to hear anything about that. Because your boy Maurizio Pochettino, what did he do? What did he do? A CL final where you disgraced and you embarrassed yourself. You disgraced and embarrassed yourself in front of 3 billion people in that CL final. Worst team ever to sniff a CL final. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it. But the chance is there. But guys, it's going to be a very long season. It's going to be a very long season. Guys, remember, like the vid, guys. Like that vid. I'm going to take some of your questions right now. I'm going to take some of your loving questions right now, guys. But guys, like that vid and subscribe. Like that vid and subscribe. Remember, you can join me. You can follow me here at Have a Pot, man. Like that vid and subscribe. I'm going to take in your questions right now, man. But yeah, man. Arsenal, man. It's ugly. It's ugly, man. All right, let's see what some of you guys said, man. Troops must be heated right now. Oh, for sure. For sure. But look, man, I have to look at some of that AFTV stuff, man, for sure. You know, because I was actually watching some of the AFTV, and what's it called? DT was basically feeling angry. And also, DT, he's basically restricted the way that guys can reply to him on Twitter. Son is king, man. Bro, Son is that dude. Son is that dude. For me, I admire players who just have that lion heart. Just that cold-blooded lion heart, man. And he's one of those dudes. He's one of those dudes, man. He's one of those dudes. I would pay money to see Arsenal gets relegated, to be honest. It's not happening. See, that is one thing that I can almost guarantee that because this is going to be a very difficult season for Arsenal. But I think that they have too many good players to get relegated. Because that is a deep thing. Because there are far too many teams that are just far worse than Arsenal for them to get relegated, man. Bellerin may have to get a restraining order on DT. He was going off on him on that FT. No, yeah, man, like they were going after that dude, man. But see, for me, my thing is that it's a whole host of things, man. This isn't a Bellerin, Willian thingy thing. It is a team thing. It's a club thing. It's a club issue. It's a general overall club issue, man. So it's a thing that those guys have to do, man. If Spurs win the Premier League and Arsenal gets relegated, bro, you see, if that happens, I don't know how Arsenal fans can exist. Like, I don't know how you can exist and still breathe as an Arsenal fan. If Tottenham is the double whammy, if Tottenham win the league and Arsenal say what's up in the championship, so what? Tottenham are in the Champions League. They're playing against Juventus and PSG, and Arsenal are going away to Reading. See, that's too deep. That is way too deep, man. That is way too deep, man. Way too deep, man. From Toby Olorikere, Musonda back at Chelsea. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, people have been telling me about this dude and everything, man. Not seen a lot from him, but my thing about it is, okay, so he comes back at Chelsea. How much game time is he going to get? It's a very deep squad, and it's a very talented squad. So because it's such a talented squad, I'm not sure whether Musanda being back at Chelsea would be the best thing for his career, because he's not going to get a lot of game time. So the best thing for him to do is to go out on loan where he's going to get loads of games, because, bro, in almost every position in Chelsea there are 2, 3, 4 players, So, but again, if you're Chelsea, you can never have too much quality. From Andrew Laurie, man, respect Francis for not falling into Jose's trap. Yeah, no, look, I mean, see, the key thing is the game at Tottenham Stadium. So when Chelsea played Tottenham at Tottenham Stadium, that's now going to be the key asset test. That's going to be the key asset test to see, because I think Mourinho away from home, he's happy with a draw. He's not aggressively trying to chase the win, but at home he's trying to chase the win. So what will really tell me about Lampard is when Chelsea played Tottenham in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, man. That's going to be the key one. All right, what are you guys, man? Do you guys think it's worth it to play Ozil, knowing that his defensive work rates will cost you to an extent? As of right now, they're desperate. Arsenal need creativity. They need to create chances. So they do not have the luxury of saying, oh, well, what about his defensive work rates? You need quality. You're finding it hard to score goals. Your main striker has 1 goal there this season. I believe that your highest goal scorer are like your defenders. So you are lacking creativity. So forget it. And my thing is that if it's me, Ozil plays, and I tell guys that I have to work extra hard off the ball to compensate Ozil. You need to compensate for him because of what he brings to the team. There is nobody in Arsenal's squad that has the passing quality of Ozil. And once you realize that, you have to make concessions for the dude, man. From your boy Whimsical Thoughts, Mutaha and I predict 2-0. Hail Uncle Moo, man. Well, congrats, man. I mean, I predicted 1-1, but 2-0, man, yeah? Congrats for that dub, man. Even if it's not surprising, it's just how easy that 2-0 was, which felt like 5-0. King Mani, to TV commentators, possession ends control. No, it's not. Mourinho said, I think during his match with Inter Milan against Homeboy, he said that against Barcelona in 2010, you having possession is part of me controlling the game. Control of the game isn't just down to possession, it's down to what is your strategy. So, from Suleiman said, only Uncle Moo can teach Aurier how to defend. Aurier is looking better. Because a lot of guys were on him saying he's a brick. I think he was even in Class C, but he's definitely looking better, man. Under your boy Uncle Moo. From Just Person said, do Spurs need a number 10 or another winger in January? You see, they already have Kane as a number 10. They already have Kane as a number 10, but another number 10 would be fine. Because remember, they never really replaced Eriksen. But if it's between If they can find another really good goal scoring winger, but see, my thing about it is that they've got Bergwijn and they've got Bale. So do they really need another winger per se? So what I think would be good for, you know what I think would be good for Tottenham? A quality central midfielder. A central midfielder, obviously like someone in the mold of a Modric, a really good central midfielder, because I still feel like if Sissoko and Højbjerg are kind of utility midfielders, if they can get a midfielder who is really good on the ball, possession, and can bring the ball up, I think that can even give them much more dynamism. But yeah, they can definitely keep on adding to it for sure. Totally awesome. It's time to build a special wing for Arsenal. Let's see how the season goes, man. Totally. Let's see how the season unfolds. But as of right now, yes, it's looking bad. It's looking really bad for Arsenal right now. But let's see how the season goes. From Andrew Laurie. Respect Francis for not falling into Jose's trap. Oh yeah, sorry. I think I already read that already, man. Kane and Son are the best players in the Premier League so far. Kane and Son are the best players in the Premier League so far. Now, I wouldn't say by far. I wouldn't say by far. But if we're keeping it a stack, on form, as of right now, you have to say it's Kane and Son. You have to. Salah and Mane have not really been on great form. De Bruyne hasn't been on great form. Yeah. Because the other the main candidates that are always on form is whether you have an Aguero who's injured. Mane and Salah haven't been too great, really. Now you can talk about Jota, but I feel that even if Jota has scored quite a few of those G's, what Kane and Son are doing, Kane and Son are literally carrying this team, and it's their combination. It's their combination. I mean, Son's finishing is outstanding. His finishing and his movement is flipping outstanding. Kane's playmaking, his passing, his awareness, and his goal scoring is money. So they are the best based on. See, we don't talk about overall and ability, but based on form, just solely on form, I've got to give the dub to Kane and Son, man, for sure. From my boy also Sunan, what up, man? Kane is upper tier 2, Son is tier 1. Kane's sin is chief for gas. Spurs considered 1 in 6 Premier League games. Arsenal scored. Considered 1 in 6 Premier League games. Arsenal have scored 2 in 7 Premier League games. God damn. Yeah, for me, no. Kane is upper tier. See, for me, yes. Kane has earned his upper tier 2 stripes for sure. Son, bro, I've got to put him tier 1, man. I've got to put Son. I've got to put Son tier 1. See, Son is like tier 1 level 1. Tier 1 level, but I've got to put it his goal scoring is too good. His goal scoring is way too good. Way too good, man. It's not just the amount of goals he has scored, it's the quality of goals that he's scoring and how he's just taking it upon himself. Because even if Kane gave him that pass, Son had to do so much to say what's up. If Tottenham can keep Kaneson, if they can keep Kaneson fit, this guy's maybe able to do something, man. Maybe it's do something. Yes, aside, Bruno. Yes, what are you on about? Yes, aside, I know that you support Manchester United. As of right now, Bruno isn't better than Kane and Son. Okay, what Kane and Son are doing and their combination is better than Bruno Fernandes. Sorry, Bruno Fernandes. Okay, so please. Yes, sort out Leipzig, okay? You worry about Leipzig and then we can say what's up. But yeah, I mean, for me, Kane and Son, I wouldn't say by far. Bruno is definitely, Bruno is, I think, is around the maybe top 5, top 6. But Kane and Son are 1 and 2 for sure. J to the Izzo, T to the Izzy. That's the anthem. Throw your damn hands up. J to the Izzo, A to the Izzy. For Shizu Manizu used to dribble down in VA. From your boy Dan says, Barca or Juve and why on Tuesday? Game at Camp Nou. We will discuss it. Sunday is Champions League talk. On Sunday, we'll have our Champions League discussion. We're going to break it down. Tonight, we're going to have a beautiful, and thank you for even reminding me. We're going to have a big ass CL preview. We're going to have a good old CL preview tonight, man. So we're going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to talk. I have not decided yet. I'm still thinking between Barca and Juve. I am still thinking. I am still not yet sure who's going to win between those two. But we're going to have a nice discussion tonight about it on Sunday. What do you guys are saying, man? I'll give you guys a few minutes, man, before we round up. I think it's Liverpool playing now soon. H, do you think Arsenal need a manager who can do more with less? But you could argue that was what Arteta was sort of doing. But I get where you're coming from. Maybe they need an experienced manager. For me, the name I always bring out is Rafa Benitez. You see, Allegri is dangerous. I think Allegri needs quality players. Rafa Benitez was saying what's up with Newcastle. How good was that Liverpool team really that he won a Champions League with? How good was that Valencia team that he won a La Liga with and he got to a CL final with? So, because for me, Benitez would do more with his team. Change instruction, change formations, and he'd be like, because Benitez is the guy where, look, I will give you results here. Benitez is not a philosophy merchant. He's a results merchant. He's like, okay, I am going to give you results. So, I think it's a bit too... See, my thing is that when do you pull the plug? Because you have to pull the plug and give a new manager enough time to turn things around. Because, for instance, like if, let's say, Arsenal are 15th, 16th at the end of the year. Because, guys, we're reaching the end of the year. We're reaching the end of the year because we're now in December. And remember, fixtures are coming thick and fast. So, homeboy, you need a win from somewhere, man. You need a win from somewhere. Does Aubameyang need to be reviewed? Aubameyang. I mean, as much as I don't think it's his fault, I think he might be under review. I think we may have to put him under review because it is what it is. Your currency is gold. Even if I feel that he has to rely on the service, you can't be the main striker and you score one goal in 3,000 years. Like that's insane. That is insane, man. So, bro, it ain't pretty, man. It ain't pretty. It's also, I think someone, yeah, it was never Wenger's fault. It was never Wenger's fault. How is this Wenger's fault? Wenger was holding the team together and making them competitive, and he should have left 100% because he was spending too long there and he was not taking the team forward. So the only thing you could say is, okay, maybe he should have left earlier. But how is this Wenger's fault? How is Wenger staying on and still trying to do the best as he can with a team that doesn't have enough players or tools to say what's up in? How is that his fault? So come on, man. What do you think Nagelsmann can do with Arsenal? I mean, I think he would do a better job. I think he would probably make them much more effective, but it would still be hard. Because if you say to like Arsenal have better tools and better players than Leipzig do. So I mean that would be a good job. But guys, are we saying that you sack Arteta now? So what are we saying here? Are we saying that Arteta has to be sacked now? Says Spurs need beast mode and it's a wrap. You see, and this is the thing that I find odd is that, I mean, where is beast mode? So is it a case of that he's not fit, he's injured, or Mourinho just isn't picking him? Because now that's what I've always said, is that I just don't know whether we can still get beast mode. If there's beast mode, this isn't a wrap. This isn't a wrap. Beast mode, Kane and Son, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. But the issue is that is beast mode still a viable option? I don't know. I still don't know whether beast mode is a viable option. But yeah, if you can get beast mode, peak Bale, who is stopping these guys? These guys will score on anybody. These guys will score on anybody. And that's why I was saying, that was always it was always worth the risk. Because even the fact, look, Bale isn't playing and they're still saying what's up. But if they can somehow extract some beast modeness from Bale, I don't know who stops these guys. And they can keep Alderweireld fit, Højbjerg fit, and keep these clean sheets. I just don't know. I just don't know what else these guys can do, man. Oh, yeah, I didn't know. So Perisic was going to go to Spurs, but Uncle Mo chose Bale over Perisic. And as much as that may not make sense on paper, because Perisic is definitely much more fitter and would give you more game time, it's all about risk. It's all about risk. Some guys will say it's not worth the risk. I think that it will still be worth the risk because there is the possibility of beast mode for me is better than whatever Perisic could give you over a season. Because Perisic is still a damn player and he can still say what's up to you. And I think Perisic, especially with what Mourinho wants to do, Perisic would be great on the counter based on how direct and fast he is. But I don't think you ever lose the kind of ability that Bale has, because what Bale can do isn't based on his speed. It's just based on his quality. So it's just down to Mourinho and Bale to say, can you extract this out of yourself, man? That's just the main thing. So, okay, before we go, how many people here believe Tottenham are going to win the league this season? Or if you don't, where do you think Tottenham will finish this season? Let me see what you guys are saying in the live chat. How many of you guys think that Tottenham will win the league this season? Let me see what y'all saying. Let me see what y'all are saying, man. How many of you think that they're going to say what's up this season? So for Tottenham, how many people think that Tottenham are going to win the league this season? And then we'll be out of here, man. We'll be out of here, man. Remember, guys, like that video. Drop that like, man. Drop that like, guys. Drop that like. Please support your boy. Drop that like, man. Okay, so we're saying first or second. First, Spurs are finishing fourth. Leeds will win. You're smoking crack. Second or third. Hope Kelleher is starting for Liverpool. Adrian has just been dissed. Adrian has just been dissed because he played well in that CL game. He played well in that CL game. So speaking of which, let's ride. Oopsies. Let's go through and then let me go. So guys, man, remember guys, if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you're here, and I will see you guys later tonight for the hangout. So just to end it with this, Mourinho, Tottenham, that was a great performance. Superb, clean performance. A masterful Uncle Mourinho performance. And for Arsenal, things look bad. You were well beaten. And this team is in bad need of some creativity and some work, man. So those Arsenal fans out there, Devo, Jonas, A1, my amigo Des, it don't look pretty. But can Mourinho lead Tottenham to the promised land, man? Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.